Hey everybody, it's Boo Ray Perry from Tampa, Florida, and a while back I made a video about a lens hood that Freewell makes. And I said that this is the only lens hood that you need for your camera because it has a black mist quarter filter built into it, and it also has a circular polarizer, CPL, built into it. And it's just a fantastic filter. Lens hood looks cool on your Fuji X100 series camera, and it's a great just all the time, keep it on your camera, never take it off lens hood. But there has risen from the fog a new lens hood. That's right. Freewell has now come out with a new lens hood that they call the real lens hood. Oh, that's right. That's right. You thought you had the real lens hood. No, no. That was just a lens hood. This is the real lens hood. So, is it? Is it? Is it really better than this one? I don't know. It's certainly got some different features in it, but they both do the same thing when it's all said and done. So let's compare these two lens hoods side by side and see which one is right for you. Let's start off by just looking at the original. This is the one that I made a video about, and I said this is the only filter. This is a must-have filter lens hood combination for your Fuji X100 line of cameras, and I love it, and I have used it quite a bit. So first of all, let's just mount it on the camera and take a look and see what it looks like. All of them mount the same way. You just screw them down. Sometimes it can be tricky because the threads are so small on these filters that you really want to, sometimes you got to get them in there. So here's what it looks like when it's on the camera. I have never been a big fan of the lens cap because yes, it's great and it's functional and it does a really good job of completely covering up and giving you lots of protection, and that's great. But it is round and the lens hood itself is square or rectangular. And when you've got a rectangular lens hood on your camera, you kind of want to have that look on your camera all the time, right? So you don't want to cover it up suddenly and change the look of your camera necessarily with your lens cap. Now that's just me. Maybe it's not you, and that's great. The polarizer is controlled here with a knob on the right side. It's nice, it's smooth, works great. However, I think it would be better on the left side. And I had someone say that they've seen that you can now get this with it on the left side. I don't know. You'll have to go look. I've got a link down in the description, and you can look around for yourself to see if you can actually get one of these where this is on the left side, because your hand is here holding your camera. This is where you want to go with your controls. And it does a great job, no problem. Now, let's say you want to remove the filter. There's two ways you can do it. One is to completely remove the lens cap, which is how I would do it. I would take my lens cap off real quick, I would do whatever I wanted to do, and then I would put it back on, because this is very much an all-in-one solution. This is something you want to keep on your camera all the time. The other way you could do it is if you wanted to keep your lens cap, you can actually unscrew your lens cap and then take your filter off and then screw your lens cap back on. There it is. So that's one way. Get it nice and tight. There you go. So that's one way. You can do it this way, or you can just take the whole thing off. So that's the filter combination that I love, and I keep this on my camera all the time. And then we have the new one. Right off the bat, you can tell that they absolutely went full on with the changes. They didn't come out with a new cap and say, we're just gonna, we're gonna make a few little touch-ups, one little thing here, one little thing here. No, no, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna make some big changes. Right off the bat, we no longer have the big round lens cap. We have a lens cap that fits to the form. That's fantastic. And here's something really cool about the lens cap. If I don't know if you can see, but right here, it says NFC. And that means that if you take this lens cap and you hold it up next to your phone, it will take you to the manual. It will take you to the website automatically. This is such a great feature. Why are we not seeing this in everything? I would like every single thing that I buy to have a built-in NFC, so I can just touch it with my phone and instantly get taken to the manual. That's just a great that's just a great addition all the way around. So let's put it on and see what it looks like here. So here we go. Right off the bat, you don't have to do a lot of micro adjusting to get the square to line up. Here it seems like just a little bit there, but it tends to stop right where you want it to be. A little bit too far there. Oh, there it goes. It does twist, so you can adjust it. So yeah, it'll twist easily. I take that back. You do have to do some micro adjustments. So here's what it looks like on the camera. Number one, new lens cap, square, perfect. Built-in NFC, perfect. Number two, we got rid of the bar on one side of the lens cap slash lens hood slash CPL slash quarter mist black filter, and we replaced it with two red knob buttons. This is just, this is one of those things where you think, why didn't they think of this before? Because, I mean, this is what the Fuji already has this. This is how you control your aperture. We're used to this, so why not have the same thing here? And they did it, and I like that it's in red, stands out, easy to see, right? This is fantastic. Love it. Nice. And then there's the other big change. You notice that this sticks out more than this does, right? You see how this maintains its form. Smoothness. But this one doesn't. It sticks out. And the reason that it sticks out is because of this. So it has to have the apparatus, it has to have the spring down in here. So as a result, it's got to stick out a little bit. So if you want to change the filter on this, or get rid of the filter, or whatever you want to do with the filter, all you have to do is pop this down, unscrew your filter, and go to business. Right? Go back to work. You're fine. Shoot away. Want to put your filter back on? No problem. We're back in business. So, is this filter better than this filter? It's certainly different, and they certainly put some big upgrades into it, if you consider them to be upgrades. But is it worth it? Is this the filter you want today? Let me just interrupt for a second so I can talk some more about me. Don't forget that if you click the links down in the description, you can find all of the stuff that's on my website. I have a gear page which shows you all of the gear that I use and talk about on the channel. And if you click one of those links and you buy something, I get a small commission and it helps me to keep this channel going. Also, I have two fantastic free guides for you. One of them's called I Bought a Nice Camera, Now What? And it's basically the 10 things that I do every time I get a new camera out of the box. These are the 10 settings that you absolutely want to pay attention to and change, a lot of times change, right when you open up your brand new camera. Also, photography basics, 20 definitions that you should know. This is just a list of the terms and phrases that you will hear repeated again and again when you watch videos like mine, and it's a great reference point so you can go back and look things up if you've forgotten something or maybe you never knew it to begin with. I've also got a couple that you can purchase, and there's always a discount code right here in the description of the video, so be sure and look for that. Natural light photography, settings, tips, and tricks for photographing people with natural light. This is 75 pages long. And it details everything that you need to know about working with natural light, finding good natural light, where to put your subject, how to turn them, how to turn their face, how to turn their body, how to set your camera up, all of it. 75 pages, all formatted for your phone. Be sure and get the discount code from the description. And also my one light on location video will take you on location with a model, and I will show you how to use one light off camera, on location, in multiple different scenarios to get great lighting on your subject. Be sure and click the links down in the description. Now, back to me. So now we've seen these two lens hoods side by side. We've seen what they do, what their features are. Which one's right? Which one's the best one? Well, you know, I kind of shy away on this channel from saying this is the best, because everything is relative and everything is personal. So really, you have to decide which one is best for you. And I will tell you that I am a little undecided about it. I really am. I gotta say that they do some things with this new one, the real lens hood, that I definitely think are big improvements. The NFC filter built into the cap is fantastic. I love the way that you control it now on the side. I think that this is fantastic. I think that it's great that now you can just flip it down and take the filter out or replace it with a different filter if you want to. I think that that's great. Wonderful. So why in the world would you want to use this one instead of this one, Blu-ray, since this one seems to do everything better? It does, but I'm not sure I like the form factor on my camera. Now, maybe that's not a big deal for you, right? Maybe you're like, no, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that form factor. But for me, I don't like the way, let's take the thing apart, right? I just don't like the way that it makes the Fuji lens wider looking. I'm not a big fan of how that looks, right? It's, form follows function, right? It looks that way because it does a job that other lens hoods can't do. But if I have to choose between my camera looking like this or my camera looking like this, when they do the same job, I like the way this one looks better. But that's not to say that if I used this for a while, I wouldn't get used to it. I mean, you watch this channel, you know I change lens hoods all the time. I change straps all the time. I'm always changing the way my Fuji looks. It's one of the fun things about this camera. It's so stylish that you can make it an accessory. You can dress it up. You can change how it looks, and it affects you in a way that's different than if you're using a less beautiful camera, perhaps you might say. So I think the winner clearly for function and practicality and design is the real lens hood. But I still think the one that aesthetically looks the best is the original. Now there is one more factor that you need to consider when you're looking at these two lens hoods, and it is this. This one is $69.99 and this one is $129.99. So this one is almost twice as much as this one. So that's something to consider. I would say that if you're going to put one on your camera and you're going to keep it on your camera all the time, and you want to be able to change your filters out quickly, you want to be able to take your filter off and still have your lens hood quickly, then this is the slam dunk. This is the one you want without a doubt, because it does all of those things. The functions are just better. It's better laid out and everything. However, if it's not going to be all the time and you're only going to use it every once in a while, if it's going to be a filter you're going to throw in your bag and you're just going to pull it out every once in a while when you want to use it, and the rest of the time you're going to have some different lens hood on your camera. If it's something like that. If you're not going to be changing the filter once the lens hood kit is on your camera. You're just going to take it off if you're not going to use it and put your other lens hood on that you use all the time. If that's you, then this is the answer. Because you're going to save some money and it's going to do what you want it to do. Just treat it like a filter. You put it on or you take it off. That's what I would do. I wouldn't mess with the rest, right? Then this is the answer. So it really depends on what you're going to do. But I think if you're going to keep it on all the time and the aesthetics don't bother you, then this is absolutely the one you want. But if the aesthetics bother you and or you're not going to keep it on all the time, it's going to be this one. All right. That's it. I hope that I have helped you to try and figure out which one you like. And please go down in the comments, as you always do. I got to say, my community here, the people who follow my channel, the people who comment, I love you all, because I have the best people. Let me just go from the heart for a second and say I have the best people on this channel. I don't get a lot of people who complain. I don't get a lot of trolls. I just get people who just want to talk about this gear, and they love the Fuji X100 series, or they love everyday carry. And I really do appreciate it when you leave comments, and I read every single comment. I try to reply when it's warranted. If you just say, hey, I really like this, I won't necessarily reply to that. But if you ask a question or you say something that I want to comment on, I will absolutely comment. I read every single comment that you leave down below. And be sure and do all the other stuff you got to do. Follow me on Facebook, join my group, Pro Photo Talk with Boo Ray Perry, and be sure and follow me on Threads, because that's where I post most of the time. I post on Threads all the time, and then I just link it over to my story on Facebook or on Instagram. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Did I say that already? I might have. Well, it's one of those days. I want to get out and do some shooting. So I am going to go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.